Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool arcade game video for you this evening. We've got something special in the shop here and we figured we'd film a video of it. I have to stand all the way across the room to get the whole thing in the camera because it's so big. This is Sega's SUBRock 3D. Look how cool this thing is. This came out in 1982. Which was around the time that Sega's Turbo came out. And I'm a sucker for those era games. Boy, they got really cool looking cabinets too, so we're going to check it out. You don't see this very often. It's not a real popular game, and it's not a necessarily a real valuable game either, but it is a game that you may have never seen, so stay tuned. Now, I want to show you something here in our showroom. This dude brought us in a Pac-Man arcade 1-up, and he wanted to sell it to me. And at first I thought, I'm not buying that crap. And then the wheels started turning in my head, and I thought, you know what, I think I will buy it so I can set it here in the shop, and whenever people bring up that instead of buying one of our full-size, beautiful, coin-operated, awesome games, that they want to buy, that they're considering buying an arcade 1-up, I can just show them this one, right? And then just say, hey, there you go. That's what they look like after about 2-3 years. So it's got the early control panel that just, gets worn all to crap. I've heard they fixed that. It's like 3 feet tall. It's a toy, people. Come on now. Come on, people. Come on, people. Here, I'll do it like this, okay? Here. Come on now, people. Come on now. It's not the same thing, people. Come on now. All right, back to the Sega. So this is a full-size one. This is the Big Papa. I'm 6'1". I am a towering 6'1" tall, and this thing's bigger than I am. So it's probably 6'4", or something like that. You'll notice it has a step on the front that you can pull out and push in. This is just like the old Midway Seawolf game. We've had that here on our channel too. Go check it out if you're interested. So the purpose of that is you could push it in and an adult could play it. Or if a kid wanted to play it, pull this all the way out. The kid could stand there and reach the controls. But they ripped that off from Midway. Midway did it first, that I'm aware of, on Seawolf. Right? So that's pretty cool. It had Sega's cool blue T-molding. I understand someone has reproduced that, so that's cool. And then the side art is just awesome. I love the side art on Turbo too. I just like the vibe of it, just the way they did the artwork. It's like a large painting, but they just used a few colors. Now a Turbo will fade all to heck if you get a Turbo near the sun. Okay. This particular one, we're looking at the bad side because we had to touch up some of the paint. Okay, so this side over here is a little better. So it's called SUBRock 3D. Sub for submarine, rock for rocket, what we might call a torpedo. And 3D because this was billed as the first 3D game. We'll talk about that here in a minute. So it is showing this submarine with, I guess it's rocket powered too. So it's a rocket powered submarine, I suppose. So that's their whole thing. But look how they did the colors. So they silkscreened blue on it. But then they purposefully didn't use blue in any of the image. It's this strange kind of orangish red And it has this dithered halftone look to it. Look at that. Look at that. Look how they did that. It's freaking beautiful, really. And so they made the artistic choice to make it just a few colors, kind of muted, right? Now, Pac-Man has some of the coolest art of all time. So this is how they're doing it now on these toys. It's just a big sticker, you know. In some of the old arcade games, they'll use the sticker, but it's just not the same, people. It's not the same. I don't want to hear it. Plus, you got to be a midget to play it. I don't see how in the hell does anybody play that? Now, I know you can get the box that it sits on. But look at that thing. Like, it's literally at my freaking knee. Look at this. Whatever. So yeah, we've got that sitting there, and then whenever people come in and they try to compare the two, we'll say, well, that's the one at Walmart. That's the real one. So far, it's worked really good. Okay, so just beautiful art, in my opinion. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's check out the control panel. Now, on the flyer, it says something like three-dimensional TV or something like that right there, but apparently they took that out after the prototype. So they did the little trick where there's a knob kind of drawn on it. There's a knob that says, I can't even see what it says. Oh, it doesn't say anything, it's just little dashes. Right? And then up here, now this thing right here, the round thing with the lines around it, there is actually an enemy in the game that looks just like that. We thought it was a glitch when we saw it. But remember, this is very primitive. It's 1982. Here it is. That's one of the bad guys. And so here's four little switches. Looks like one of them must be on. And look how they kind of simulated text on it, but it's just dashes and stuff. It doesn't really say anything. It just looks like it says something. Pretty cool. Okay. And here's some kind of meter and some kind of radar thing or something. So, you know, as a kid, I never played this or anything, but as a kid, this would be real cool. You know, you'd see it and go, wow, look, it's got like little, I want to hit it. So it has these cool little score displays above the monitor, but I don't believe there's any mechanism to save the score after you turn it off. But it would save the high score, or your current score, and the best 3 scores while you played it. So that's pretty cool. And then the marquee up top, SUBRock 3D. In my opinion, it's very similar to Turbo, really, because it has 3-dimensional graphics while you play it, which Turbo did as well. It came out around the same time. The cabinet has a similar profile, even. Not dead on the money, but you know, the same kind of height, and it has the same kind of artwork and things like that. Same T-molding, even. And then it has the score display that they used. So it's a cool little game. This was around the time like Super Zaxxon came out, or maybe the regular Zaxxon. And Pingo would have been right around this time. Maybe Pingo was a little newer than this. Okay, so it says controls. Left lever, you can go left and right, and there's a fire button. Right lever, you can go up and down. Okay. Now on this left one, you can actually pull it, and it moves your view left and right, and it smoothly does it, but it does it kind of slowly. And then this is your fire button. Now remember, the whole thing is you're looking through a periscope. Okay. Now this one doesn't move at all. Okay. One button's down, one button's up. Originally these were square buttons, but whenever we got it, they were busted up. So we replaced them with just some regular buttons that we had. But they work very good. Okay. And then your start button is here. How to play. Move the controls to get the enemy in your gun sight. Okay, now if you look at the screen, I'll show you here through the periscope here in a minute, but you see the sight there that's yellow? There are 4 lights that light that up behind that mirror. So there is a mirror in the game, right? And the monitor is down here looking up, reflecting off the mirror into the periscope. The reason they do that is because it gives the illusion of depth. The mirror doubles the distance between the monitor and the periscope, so it makes it look like it's real deep in the cabinet, which it couldn't possibly be. It would be sticking out of the back of the cabinet if the monitor was actually there. So it's just this neat little effect that tons of companies did with the EM shooting games back in the day before they even put monitors in them. So it's just a cool little idea, right? So the gun sight is actually behind that glass, and since it has light bulbs, you can see it shining through the glass, and that's how they get the illusion of the gun sight floating above the screen. Fire missiles at enemy planes and torpedoes at ships by pressing the fire button. Use the controls to steer away from incoming mines and bombs. Destroy the enemy command ship to proceed to the next round. Hopefully we'll be able to do that. You win a bonus ship when you reach the high score. The game is over when all your ships are destroyed. Score each round 100 points more than in previous round. Now look how the text of that. Look, each round 100 points more than in previous round. Notice how that's not even a straight line. That's because this is back in the day when they did the old flexography, I think they called that. The old way of doing artwork. They cut and pasted all of that, right? So a lot of that would be made and then taped to a thing, and then a picture taken of it, and that's how they did their artwork. And if you've been in that business or familiar with that back in the day, you know how that goes. But you can see how it's crooked originally. So it may have originally said each round 100 points, and then the more than was added in, and the previous round was added in or something. You know, they cut and pasted some stuff. Because up above it where it says score, all of that's nice and straight. So it's just some kind of fix that they did at some point. And then it shows these little guys that you fight. 300 points, 250 points, 500 points. The command ship looks like this. 500 points, 1,000 points, 500 points, 500 points, mystery number of points, 500 points, mystery number of points when you explode all 3. Okay. Each round, 1,000 points more than previous round. So we're saying all of these go up 100 points. This one goes up 1,000 points. That's cool. So pretty neat, pretty neat. So this game, its claim to fame was that it was 3D. So the way they did the 3D effect was the screen. Let me show you just the screen for a second. See it in there a little bit. Get in there. It's your home. Well, that didn't work. So you can see what the gameplay is like. We're going to play it here in a minute. Okay, so the way it's displaying that right now is because I have the 3D turned off. Now, why would I turn off the 3D? It's because originally the way the 3D worked was inside of this periscope thing, which doesn't move or anything. It's just a way to look through. The back of this is just a clear piece of plastic. So all you're doing is you're looking through these 2 holes at the screen, right? The reason that they did that was to create the 3D effect. So one eye can only look through the left hole, and one eye can only look through the right hole if you're looking through that periscope there. And so inside of this box, they had a board with a couple motors on it. And the motors had these shutters attached to it, these plastic wheels. And half of the wheel was black and half of the wheel was clear. And they show you how it works on one of the flyers. So I'm going to show you the flyer for a second so you can get the idea of how that part was supposed to have worked. So as you can see, there was a motor in here that turned that wheel fast. It's something like 30 frames a second or something like that, which would be 30 RPMs a second, which would be 1,800 RPMs a minute. Am I correct? I believe I might be. I don't know. It's something like that. But it may have been twice that, actually. But anyway, there was a board in here that could also control the speed of the motors because it... I can't remember why it had to do that, but for whatever reason. And it was synced up to the sync on the monitor. So the game board would send out a signal that would be the left side of the image. And then a split second later, literally a split of a second, it would send out the signal that was the right side of the image. And by turning those wheels so that it blocked your eyesight, your eye would catch this frame but not that frame, and blah 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 blah, and it just made everything look three-dimensional. So some of the items appeared to look in front of the monitor, some of the items appeared to look behind the monitor, plus they were doing the trick with the mirror where the monitor is actually down here, and you're seeing the target that is actually behind the mirror. So it's a very complex game. But here's the problem: the freaking thing broke quickly. So the motors burn up quick and often. So if the motor burned up, you had a real problem. First of all, the screen looked real weird because there would be, to your naked eye, the screen would have a double image on it. There would be two of everything because your eye is seeing both of them and the blinder is not blocking the one image in sync as it should. So your eye is seeing it the whole time. And the other blinder is not blocking the other image, so your eye is seeing that the whole time. And to you, it looks all blurry and screwed up. Okay, and it doesn't look 3D because nothing's moving. You're not, that trick isn't working. So you're not seeing it 3D at all. You're just seeing a screwed up looking image. So it would look like that on location, or even worse, you might have the blinder, the motor stop where one side, the black part of the film, is down over your eyes, so you can't even see whenever you look through the periscope. So they had tons of problems with the motors. So Sega was smart enough to design it where you could turn the 3D effect off. And so this game has had the 3D effect turned off. Now, I fully planned on fixing the 3D effect and making it work, but someone at some point has taken the motors, the blinders, and the board that controls it out of this periscope and done who the hell knows what with it. So it's sitting on a desk somewhere in an operator's back room. Now, I hope whoever found it in 1989, whenever they raided that operator's warehouse, saved it for me and said, hey, wait a minute, this goes on Sega's SUBRock 3D serial number 3854. Hope I find that guy eventually, and he'll see this video and mail me the shutters back, and I'll put them back in the game. But you know what? I don't think that's going to happen. So that thing is long gone, unfortunately. So this box is just completely empty, and the 3D effect has been turned off. And it's unobtainium, people. And again, the problem is it's not a super desirable game. So if it was one that everybody wanted to play, somebody would design a new solution and make it where the 3D part works. But it's not a game that's really all that popular. People never even heard of it, right? You've probably never even heard of it, or you wouldn't, or you're probably learning from this video. But anyway, some of you I'm sure have played it. But so that we're not going to be able to play it with the 3D, and it wouldn't really work yet. It wouldn't really work on the camera anyway because of the way they designed it. So I'm going to set up the tripod. We're going to play it a little bit. I know you're probably sick of me talking, but I got to talk about one last thing. The sound. The sound on this game is really unique. They have the sound. It's in stereo, left and right, which is just up here, just 2 speakers. But they have a very complex sound system so that they can amplify the volume of the sound as the things get closer to you. So when you shoot a torpedo, for instance, as it's going, it gets quieter, and when one's coming towards you, it's getting louder. So there's a lot of that going on. Whenever something's flying at you, it's getting louder as it gets closer. And watch how everything's in 3D and gets bigger and smaller. And I don't know if the sound will show up well on the camera, but we'll try it. Okay, folks, so this is kind of how it looks when you look through the periscope. It's just a clear shot at it because the blinds are missing, and you're only looking through one side, so the little crosshair is off because you're not looking at it with both of your eyes. You're just looking through one side. So this is basically the whole game. Now you can go up and down, but I got to do that with my other hand. Alright, so let me set up the tripod to the side a little bit so I can actually play it, and we'll see where we get. Alright folks, I can't get the whole thing in the screen because you got to be back a little bit away to be on the tripod. But you'll just have to do. Alright, let me get the hang of it here. Uh-huh. So you can go up for the aliens, the UFOs. Oh boy. I wasn't moving fast enough. They got me again. That's kind of cool, but it's tough. Ooh, what is that? Oh, you can only have one shot on the screen at a time, basically. Missed. It took me a while to figure out why the screen turns like purple and stuff. It's trying to do like different times of the day. All right, let's put some more coins in it. Boy, they're getting our quarters quick. It's a little bit strange that you only have one weapon. But, you know, like the old Seawolf game was like that too, you know? You only had the missile. I missed him somehow. Ooh. You kind of have to stay moving so that the torpedoes miss you. Ooh, it was too close to me. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Ooh, oh, there's another one. I got too close to me, folks. Okay, we're gonna play it again, but I wanna, right in the middle of the video, I wanna tell y'all a little secret of something that I've noticed. Okay, on the online like killer list of video games listing for this game, it actually says, "Oh, the only thing special about this game was the 3D aspect." Right? It's a boring game except for the 3D thing. Okay, so watch what happens. There are a lot of people that don't watch the whole video, have never played the game, won't even watch really gameplay of it, and they believe everything that they read, right? So someone will leave a comment down below, probably several people. This game back in the day, it was only notable for being 3D. It was a boring game other than that. Just watch. Come back and check in a few months and you'll see comments like that. Because I see all the comments, you know, it alerts me whenever somebody leaves a comment. So I've noticed this over the years. People will parrot what they've heard either someone else say or someone write, and especially if it's negative. So, let's keep playing. Oh no! Ah, I thought I got it. It was too close to me. It got me. Uh-oh. Whoa. Gotcha. Got you, sucker. What the crap? I want me one of them. Oh, he moved off. Ooh. I like it. I don't care. I think it's cool. Okay, we're going to play one more game. There's one thing that's going on. I don't know if you can catch on the camera, but the sound is something else. The sound is actually really cool because whenever you've got your head in the visor or whatever, you know, the left and the right speakers are kind of perfectly placed above each one of your ears. So the stuff is in full stereo, and it depends on where the thing is on the screen, and it will pan from left to right as it goes. But then also there's a depth to it. So when it's farther away, it kind of sounds like it's farther away, and then they amplify it as it gets closer, which is, you know, of course that's how you would do it. But back then they didn't really do a bunch of that, right? So this whole 3D thing they were really playing with. So it's just got a really cool vibe to the sound effects where they actually approach you as like the missiles approaching you, or if you blow up something and it's way off, it's a different sounding explosion than if it's right up on you. So I knew that one wasn't going to hit. Yeah, gotcha. Oh, look. Oh, no. Oh. Ah. If you let that thing get too close to you, it doesn't work. Oh, there's that thing I was trying to get earlier. Got you, sucker. He's moving too fast. It's definitely more dangerous in the air. If you're on the ground, I mean on the water, you're a little better off. Okay, we're going to play one more game, and then we'll call it a night. I like it. That fireball thing is hard to hit. Oh well, okay, so there you go, folks. Interesting little game. Interesting. I've never had one of those. I'll tell you what, too, like all Segas. Beautiful game. Look at it. Look how gorgeous this game is. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. We've got the score things working. I guess on my best game, I got 8,200. That's probably not all that great. But I had a good time doing it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments below. Make sure to give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to film it for us. For you. For us. A little Freudian slip there. That's right, I film the videos for myself sometimes. So we hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to check out my brother Donnie. If you don't know about him, my brother has his own channel here on YouTube. He doesn't do video games or anything, but he does old buildings, old vehicles, things like that. We were just working on a truck the other day that we will have that video up soon. So go check that out. I'm usually with him over there on his channel. And folks, you know what? If you'd like to support our channel, do you know how you can do that? We don't want you to send us any money or anything. That's tacky. But we one of the things that we do is we have an Amazon affiliates program, but we're a member of that. We're an Amazon associate. So if you are going to buy anything from Amazon, if you use our link that's down below each one of our videos, it takes you to Amazon, and it just sent you there through a link that is attached to us. So basically, it's like a promotional thing. And anything that you buy after you use that link, not just the thing that you're linked to, but whatever you want to buy on Amazon, we get a little piece of it. I always tell everybody that it's about 3%. It just depends on the item. Some items it's 1%. Some items, like for instance electronics, a lot of the times it's like 7%. So we do pretty good sometimes on there. So we appreciate everybody that's been doing that. So thank you for that. And I hope you enjoyed this video of Sega's SUBRock 3D. Now I know that the camera angle was a little weird. Didn't come out quite as nice as we would want it. But when are you going to get a chance to watch somebody play the actual freaking game? Not a MAME ROM. Not well, that would be the only other way that you would see it, but not a video capture. I know those look real nice and are clean and everything, but this is the real deal Holyfield. This is a Nanio monitor from 1982 that's still up and running. Of course, we worked on it a little bit. They're real reliable once you fix them. So I hope you enjoyed the video, even with the weird camera angle. And folks, that's what it's all about. We'll see you on the next video.